We lost a young person in this community. That's unacceptable.
York City police say they have suspects who are unnamed and not in custody yet in the case of the 15-year-old killed in Penn Park.
Stacey Garrity and Josh Shapiro making their cases ahead of primary day. Their messages to voters in the Republican and Democratic primaries.
A lot of scams using the name of PayPal were reported to the 8 on Your Side team over the weekend. I'm on your side with the latest version.
Planning your summer getaway, but you don't want to break the bank?
We are finding some great deals.
Tonight, we have tips to make your travel dollars go a little farther.
WGAL News 8 at 6 starts now.
Live tonight, just hours away from the polls opening for the Pennsylvania primary, we're looking at the race for the state's top job. But we start with the storm team forecast and near record heat today and tomorrow. Yep. Good evening, I'm Jerry Gish.
And I'm Lori Burkholder. A lot of car thermometers, maybe yours too, had readings like this today, 96 degrees. That's why today's an impact day. Let's go to meteorologist Ethan Houston. And he continues, as Jerry said, tomorrow.
That's right. We got that blazing sunshine and the blitzing heat across the Susquehanna Valley. Very close to the record high of 94 today. We just missed it by 1 degree out at HIA, but some spots warmer than the airport. Made it to 94 this afternoon, now this evening in Lebanon. Also, if you're watching us in Camp Hill, 93 right now in Chambersburg, and it does feel a little bit warmer when you factor in the humidity. Dew point values sitting in the 60s in some spots close to 70 degrees, so feeling sticky, muggy in some locations. Most of the valley is dry, but we are monitoring some thunderstorms just outside of the News 8 viewing area and over into Fulton County, seeing some isolated strong thunderstorms just outside McConnellsburg. May clipped parts of northern Franklin County, also seeing some strong thunderstorms back over the far northeastern portions of West Virginia, just outside of Martinsburg. That's something we'll continue to watch. Most of the valley will just have to sweat it out with that sunshine this evening, but we could see some isolated thunderstorms with temperatures only back down to the upper 80s near sunset. Lows tonight will be in the upper 60s. That's actually closer to our average high for this time of the year. And notice tomorrow back into the mid 90s will challenge the record high of 95, forecasting that out at the airport with the return of some spotty showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures will drop as rain chances go up through this week. We'll talk about that more in the 10-day forecast in a few minutes.
All right, Ethan, thank you. Whenever there's an impact day and you have the WGAL app, you have notifications on, you will get an alert so you can find out the forecast and be prepared.
And we continue to follow breaking news out of San Diego. 3 men were killed in a shooting at a mosque. Police say both suspects are dead, taking their own lives, and the suspects are believed to be teenagers. And this case is considered to be a hate crime. The shooting happened at the Islamic Center of San Diego, the largest mosque in San Diego County. We will continue to follow this breaking news, and NBC will have the latest on NBC Nightly News coming up at 6:30.
Saving lives cannot fall on one person, one program, one department, or one organization. It takes all of us.
York City Police, the mayor, the district attorney, and other community leaders speak out, saying they have suspects in the shooting death of a 15-year-old in Penn Park almost 2 weeks ago. The district attorney saying investigators have, quote, solved the case at a press conference that wrapped up just a short time ago. News 8's Meredith Jorgensen was at that press conference and joins us live now from York City Hall. Meredith.
Jerry, the DA says there are several juvenile suspects, but won't say exactly how many, and he asked for their arrest warrants to be sealed until police can find them and take them into custody for the shooting death of Daquan Harris.
I feel two ways. The first thing I feel is always both horrified and sad.
York County District Attorney Tim Barker says everyone loses in a case like this. A young person is dead, and now other people have to face the consequences of the fatal crime. Barker says surveillance video helped lead investigators to the suspects in this case.
It has really helped us be able to solve some violent crimes and be able to also get convictions in violent crimes.
The suspects haven't been arrested yet, but Police Commissioner Michael Muldrow says they will be.
And I can say 100% with 100% degree of certainty, because it's not if they're going to catch them, it's when they're going to catch them.
Or, he says, turn yourselves in.
Consider coming in and being accountable for your actions. You did a bad thing, but it doesn't have to ruin your life forever. Take the first step and show that there's more to you than that incident.
Members of the GVI, the Group Violence Initiative, say everyone needs to examine the role they play when violence like this happens and to take responsibility. They say real change requires more than just reacting when this kind of violence happens. In York, I'm Meredith Jorgensen, WGAL News 8.
Meredith, thank you. Well, it's just under 13 hours until polls open for the Pennsylvania primary. You'll be voting for your party's representative in races including governor, the U.S. House, state representative, and half of the state Senate.
And this is there is one special election we should tell you about. If you live in the 196th district in York County, you will be voting for the person to fill the unexpired state representative term of Seth Grove, who resigned in January. If you live in that district, everyone who's registered Democrat, Republican, and Independent can vote because you are electing your state representative.
As we mentioned, you're voting for your party's nominees for governor and lieutenant governor tomorrow.
And 8 on your side, political reporter Tom Lehman joins us live from the state capitol on how the candidates at the top of the ballots have been spending their last couple of days. Tom, we're getting down to the final hours here.
Yeah, so when it comes to the gubernatorial candidates, not a lot of people are expecting much drama tomorrow. That is because Governor Josh Shapiro, the Democrat, as well as Republican State Treasurer Stacey Garrity, won't have an opponent on the ballot tomorrow. They've spent the last few days, though, raising their own profile while also helping to campaign for other candidates that would go to either here at the Lieutenant Governor's office in Harrisburg or to D.C. Republican governor candidate Stacey Garrity was in Swatara Township Monday, raising the profile of her candidacy ahead of Tuesday's primary.
Leadership matters, accountability matters, and putting Pennsylvania families first matters.
Garrity does not have an opponent that's on the ballot, but her pick for lieutenant governor, Allegheny County GOP Chairman Jason Ritchie, does. He joined Garrity Monday for several campaign stops and touted his experience.
I've worked for 30 years in the energy infrastructure in law, and that we need, as well as I do a lot of bid protests, which is finding corruption and bias in government contracting.
Ritchie is facing a primary challenge from former security, crisis management, and public affairs professional John Ventry, who brushed off Garrity's endorsement of Ritchie.
I'm going to get the people who don't like the endorsement. I'm going to get that vote. I'm going to get the Mastriano write-in vote. I'm going to get the Patriot vote. I'm going to surprise them tomorrow night.
Meantime, Governor Josh Shapiro was in the Lehigh Valley over the weekend, stumping for his endorsed pick in a congressional primary. He said he and Lieutenant Governor Austin Davis hope to return to Harrisburg for another term.
I just want to tell you how much that means to me, how damn proud I am to serve as your governor, and how I'm looking forward to doing it for many, many, many more years to come.
Now, we should go back to the lieutenant governor's race for just a moment. Recently, John Ventry posted a graphic onto social media saying that he and Garrity would be the Republican ticket effective May 20th. Garrity's campaign, they want it taken down. They said that it's misleading voters about where Garrity would be on an endorsed ticket. Ventry today told me he's happy for the free publicity, and he was merely endorsing his belief that he's going to win tomorrow. In Harrisburg, Tom Lehman, WGAL News 8.
All right, Tom, thank you. And the polls are open tomorrow from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. If you have a mail-in ballot, county election leaders say at this point you need to drop those off in person to make sure it gets there by that 8 o'clock deadline tomorrow night. If you have questions or you need to find your polling place, WGAL has that information for you. You can scan the QR code you see right there in the middle of your screen, and that'll take you to our voter guide.